But reading, it's a different frustration because it's like they don't like to read at all. Like whoever said if you want to get over on Gen Z, put it in a book and they will not catch it. I promise you. If you want anything to pass, put that in a book.
It seems like teachers really are quite upset with being in the classroom. They're not really feeling how the parents are teaching their kids. But that being said, there's also parents that are really not understanding why the teachers can't teach in the way that they used to back in the day. So there are some videos here that I've kind of picked up, and I'd like to know what you think. So leave a comment and tell me what you think.
Hot take, but make it true. If I have to invite you to be involved in your child's life, we've already got a problem. My school wants me to call and personally invite parents to parent-teacher conferences like, hi, just wondering if you'd like to swing by and hear how your kid's doing in school. That's not a pizza party. That's parenting. If you can't make it, I get it. Life happens, but don't make me beg you to care. I'll show up for your kid every day, but I shouldn't be showing up alone.
Random teacher rant. I had to get this one out stationary. I don't understand why some of these parents do not believe the stories that educators share about their student. Like, why would we lie? Like, I get some teachers might lie, but we all can't be lying. The principal said he did it. The custodian said they did. The other students said they did. The teacher said they did. A bird flying at recess said, caw, 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 he did it, he did it. Heck, if the walls could talk, they would say, he did it. And the parent will still be like, no, not my child. They don't act that way at home. Never. No, this is all new. One of y'all is lying, man. One of y'all is lying. There ain't no way this behavior just randomly started and you never see it at home. Stop insulting my intelligence. It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy, man. Like, come on, man. There's not going to be any help or plan of action to help get the student what they need if parents are not on board. And being on board starts with recognizing that, hey, this behavior is real. They're not lying to me, and I need to do what's best for my child.
I had a student who was looking up corn this year, had never spoken to the parent or even met the parent before. So I sent them a message via Parent Square. They got it right away, which is a good thing because a lot of parents don't actually check it. They got it right away. They called me in school, and they were like, oh, let's talk about it right now. And I was like, well, I have a class full of kids. It's a sensitive topic. She was like, yeah, but I was like, well, she was looking up inappropriate materials. Well, what was she looking up? Well, she was like, I'm in a class with kids. Like, I sent you a message in the middle of the day because I wanted to document the situation, but I couldn't speak on it in that moment. But the parent was like pushing. She was looking up inappropriate things that are like in the graphic nature. She was like, and I was like, the parent was just like rattling off like all these things. And I was like, yeah. In the end, it was like, the parent was like, well, I didn't give her permission to use the internet. Okay. All right. And I mean, that's in the packet that like all the parents signed at the beginning of the year. And because the child was new, I didn't get that packet. The office said she's all clear. But mom was like, well, I didn't give her permission. Okay. Anytime she was on a school program, she had to use her computer right next to me because she could not be trusted. But the parent turned it around on me because their child was looking up corn. Okay, it's fine. I'll take that. I'll take that hit. You know, I didn't do my due diligence, but it's still a parenting problem. It's still a parenting problem. She was like, oh, well, she can't use a device at home. She looks that up at home. Okay. All right. Gotcha. Loud and clear.
Every teacher is essentially a SPED teacher at this point, and it is not acknowledged enough. Parents don't want to admit that their child is special ed, and so they are forcing them into gen ed classes, or they are forcing them into co-taught classes and hoping that's going to help them. And I say forced in because the level of difference between your A+ student and your bottom tier, I hate to say bottom tier, but your lowest student is, it's insane. I mean, my co-taught classes essentially become 2 classrooms in one because we have to separate everyone into small groups, basically 2 classes in just one classroom. Teachers are now being expected to teach a lesson that is challenging enough for that A+ student that you have, but also isn't too much for that low student that you have. And it's almost impossible because I end up having my top student is bored because they finished their work in 20 minutes, or I have a student that takes an hour to do assignment that I thought would only last 30 minutes. And no one is considering how that affects student learning. No one is.
This huge illiteracy gap that we have, and like the frustration I get from watching kids literally come in a classroom and sit for 50 minutes and think they're not going to do anything really really pisses me off. First of all, who are you feeling like to feel like you're going to sit in my 50-minute class period and maintain an F the whole quarter? Who are you feeling like? Second, the lack of motivation to complete the smallest assignments. But reading, it's a different pressure. It's a different frustration because it's like they don't like to read at all. Like whoever said if you want to get over on Gen Z, put it in a book and they will not catch it. I promise you. If you want anything to pass, put that in a book.
You go to a school in 2025, have you ever noticed that half the school is long-term subs? They don't even have enough certified teachers. And it's not because of the education system. It's not because people can't get their degrees or pass these certification tests. Sometimes, and most of the time, it's because of the kids. I don't know what it is about this school year in particular, but really the last few school years, it's the disrespect. It's the ability to sit there as an 8-year-old, 7-year-old, a 9-year-old and go back and forth with grown people. Back in my day, I know that sounds old, but back in the day, you could not just sit there and go back and forth with an adult and then not have to suffer when you got home for it. You could not sit there and tell a person what you did do. If I tell you to go sit down, it's because you was standing up. If I tell you to stop talking, you must have been talking. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because of YouTube or because of social media, but the kids in 2025, they is way too disrespectful. I'm talking about just like all day long, going back and forth, telling you what they didn't do, telling you what they did do. If you are a parent and you see this video, first of all, make sure you engage from the bottom up. But second of all, please, y'all talk to these kids because this is the reason why a lot of the students are being taught by long-term subs, people who didn't even intend on teaching, is because of the disrespect.
Imagine your child's grade is a 5%, not a 50, a 5%. They have not turned in a single assignment in 3 weeks. They have over 20 absences. Imagine your child has an 18%. You have received calls from multiple teachers. They have even been suspended because their behavior in class is so atrocious. You schedule a parent-teacher conference to speak to all of their teachers about this behavior, about their attendance, about their grades being as low as a 5%. Your child's teacher decides to make you a progress report. They highlight all of the missing work, and they even attach all of the missing assignments to give you at this parent-teacher conference. Your child's teachers wait, and we continue waiting, and you don't show. This is why at the end of the semester, I don't feel bad when I fail students. Because your child doesn't care that their grade is a 5 or an 18, but you're the adult. You are the parent. You should care that your child has a 5%. So if you don't care, I surely don't care either. Not only am I not sad when I have to fail them, I am relieved. Because I truly believe that for some students and even some parents, that this is the first time that their child has received consequences for their actions. This is the first time a teacher didn't feel bad for them or didn't get pressured to pass them on to the next grade. No, baby, you're staying right here. I just wish they would not waste my time pretending like they cared about their child and their child's grades. You don't? That's fine. Don't involve me in it because I want to go home.
What I can tell you is that back in the day when I was going to school, when all of my colleagues were in classes, there was something that was very interesting about being in school where we didn't actually have a chance to do things like talking back to the teachers, or if we were talking in class, we'd have to write lines, or there'd be a number of different things that we'd have to do when it came to some sort of repercussion, some sort of consequence for what was happening in the classrooms. Now, this was happening at recess, it was happening in the classrooms, things like that, and if really anything got home to my parents, it would be a bit of an issue. And these were things that we were afraid of when we were younger, but it seems like it is quite different these days now. Is it because of social media? Is it because the teachers aren't necessarily putting in place as much punishment as it used to be? Or is it actually the parents themselves? Is it the administration? I'd love to hear what you think. Please leave a comment and let me know what you think. I'll see you in the next video.